Welcome to the Huts Hangout. Grab your blasters and blue milk because we're about to deep dive into the game where Huts rule and three scoundrels drool. On this episode, it is just Burm and myself. Womprat is having some computer issues currently. So yeah, we were we'll get to it. We had put a lot of stocks in Womprat intelligence for tonight, but Berm and I will figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. How are you, Berm?
I think I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I think between the two of us, we can get about halfway to where Womprat's at, maybe. You know?
Are you doing like 49 of that, 49% of that half? Because
In that case, I'm gonna go with like 30% then
okay, yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I'll read and we'll see what happens, I guess. Uh yeah. We obviously like with the changes, right? So there's a whole like now they're releasing 6 kits at once, and we're sort of trying to figure out how that'll look with the podcast going forward, obviously, because we don't want to sit here and read 6 kits tonight. I ain't got time for that. It's 11 o'clock at night for me. And by the third or fourth one, I reckon I'd just be like, fuck this, and just, yeah. So I think the one thing we all agreed on was that we were going to do one kit a week that it comes out. So Luke's in a couple days, right? So we were going to do his kit, yeah. But
Okay.
what
Yeah.
what next week looks like, we were still sort of playing with some ideas around that. And I know you've been busy this week, obviously, so we still got to get a bit of input from you to see what you were sort of thinking. And
Okay. Yeah, I
yeah,
man, yeah, it was a busy week. I didn't even do I missed TB, I missed GAC. Yeah, I mean it was a long drive. It was um about 16 and a half hours to go check out some houses, check out a different area. Went all right. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best. The area, some of the houses, one of the houses we looked at, we really liked. It was more of just like, do we want to live in this area? Do we not? And then we weren't where we were staying wasn't in the area we were visiting. It was in the main part of the city, which I wasn't overly impressed with. So yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I didn't even get a lot done in the game. Obviously I have three accounts, and one of the guilds was like, "Hey, we need you to do this." And then I was like, I can't. I
yeah,
can't. I can't do anything. I mean, I'm when they were hitting my main guild was hitting me up, and they were like, "Hey, we really need you to log in. If you could just click deploy Burm." And I was like, when I finally I was driving, my wife drove the first day for 10 hours, 10 and a half hours. Um she was just in the zones. She wanted to drive. The second day I drove the whole way. So the second day that's when I was getting hit up, and it's like I didn't even see my phone until TB was over. So
yeah,
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 it's like, sorry guys, I told you. I warned you. I'm busy. I'm busy this week. So
yeah. And I mean, it's not like you were
yeah.
just sitting on a beach or something, doing nothing. Like, I don't know what it's like over there, right? But there's quite a lot of accidents, like traffic accidents, where people are on their phone and stuff like that. So, congratulations for not being one of those people. We have
Yeah, we
massive fines, like it's 1,000 Australian dollar fine, $1,060 or something. It's some weird number, but it is like a good chunk. Like that's sort of like that's probably like 3 or 4 days of wages that it's you get fined, and that's just if you're
oh
on your
man.
phone. Yeah, it's nuts.
So depending on where you live in the US, it's against the law to walk and be on your phone.
Shit.
Like in Yeah, yeah, because it's I believe it's in New York. in New York, at least in New York City. Yeah, I mean it's so busy that like they
Yeah.
had to make a rule that you weren't allowed to walk around on your phone.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I'm not sure what the fines are. Again, I mean the US is huge, right? So it depends on what state you're in, it depends on where you're at, stuff like that. And
Yeah. No, that's
depending on what the rules
that's
are.
valid. Like,
So,
I'm thinking like when we're even here in the city of Brisbane, like you'll hear traffic, right? But then you'll have those electric vehicles, and they're quiet as. And if you're looking at your phone, not really, and you're listening for traffic, you'll step out in front of one of those without a problem, right? And that obviously won't end well. So that's I could see that being like probably won't happen here, but it's a good idea. Um, yeah, it's yeah, phone like distraction by your phone is quite a big deal, and yeah, yeah. Feel sorry
it
for
is,
your
and
guild,
it's no
but
joke. I mean, I hit
is
a
what it is.
semi once actually,
Jeez.
looking at my phone on the interstate. Yeah, no, the guy was like when the officer showed up, he's like when the semi called and said somebody hit him, I just assumed somebody was dead. And that's what I was coming to. And I was like, oh man. He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't I don't think I've ever shown up to an accident where somebody hit a semi and they were alive. I was like, oh.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's no joke. It's no joke. It was
No.
raining. All it was is it was raining. I literally like I got a text and I just glanced at my phone and I was like, oh, I need to stop. And I hit the brakes and didn't stop. It was I just hydroplaned right into the back
Yeah,
of him.
yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
that
So I
like
mean, it wasn't bad. Again, he wasn't stopped. I wasn't. I was going fast. I mean, we're on the interstate, but again, it was like it was just me hydroplaning, and I
yeah,
just
yeah.
went into him. So, but yeah, I tried to stay off my phone after bad stuff like that happened. So,
You were lucky and got a lesson that was not too costly, I guess. Um,
hmm
yeah.
well, it cost my car, but
Yeah, it would have been like you're alive. Like it could have been a lot worse, right?
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it could have been a lot worse. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like the cop said, right?
No berm dances if we
Yeah,
die. So,
yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah. So yeah, Wombrat's obviously tied up, I guess, trying to get his computer back. 99% sure he said the cat ran across the desk and knocked a drink. Can't remember if he said it was
yeah,
coffee
knocked
or
his
something.
I don't I thought he said it was coffee. I thought he said it knocked the cat knocked the coffee
Yeah.
onto the computer. I believe
Yes.
is what he said. Yeah.
Which then is,
Yeah.
that
So
doesn't end well. So, I believe he's trying to get his computer back up and running and sorted out because he has like some weird setup with streaming PC and the other PC that I don't know. I can never remember the way he does it, but I'm sure he'll get
well,
it.
and then he's got and it's not just like he's got a streaming, like a lot of streamers and a lot of content creators have a streaming PC and then they have their gaming PC because it takes the load off of your gaming PC so you can
Okay.
get higher FPS and stuff like that. It's a very common thing. Not a lot of streamers have a streaming PC where they're running a bunch of where they don't have a setup where they're running a bunch of VMs on top of also having a streaming PC. So he's got like
Yeah, and this is
beyond his
where
the normal setup. He's
yeah, this is where I get lost.
yeah, he's got a bunch of VMs set up as well, which is why sometimes his mic changes. Like sometimes his mic
Yeah,
sounds hollow and sometimes it sounds normal. And that's why, because of the way he set it
yeah.
up. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
So our plan for this episode is basically go through Luke because that's the character coming out this week. And do like obviously Wombat has got all the knowledge. He's the smart one of the three of us. So he was going to go into where like Luke's kit would be useful outside, like at our level, where obviously we've got Leia, and it spoiler alert, it kind of says it's more for beginner game, which is great for beginner game. Like we'll go through that obviously, but um, yeah, he was sort
I
of
mean,
looking
without
at
even
where we're
looking at
gonna.
the kit, Yeah, without even looking at the kits, I haven't looked at it again. I was out of town. Um, without even looking at the kit, I mean, it's Stormtrooper Luke, right? We've already got all the starter characters that would go along with him that don't get used anymore, with like Stormtrooper Han, Princess Leia. Uh, Old Ben does get used, so I wouldn't count him. But we've got those tunes already that have been just kind of tossed to the side that just don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
So why not give the beginner teams a lifter? I mean, you're trying to get new people into the game. Why not make a better team for those people to use?
Yeah.
So it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, well, R2D2 I do use, but Old Ben I haven't used for a long time. I don't use him in with Leia, like the GL Leia. And okay, so occasionally I'll use him with like a Star Killer team, but that's like few and
That's
far
what I was
between.
yeah, that's what I was gonna get at with like a Star Killer team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most of the time now a Star Killer gets sucked
Malicos.
up by a Seer Malicos team for
Yeah.
taking out Ray Ezra or
Yep.
something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't even really get used that often anymore.
Yeah. All right, so
I guess it depends on where you're at in the game.
yeah, exactly. And that's like, I don't know, with like, obviously you were busy last week, but um the characters that they've released, or sorry, will be releasing, look as though they're all sort of boosting up teams that need lifters, or teams that have been ripped apart, I guess, by other ones. So you think like you've got um the new Darth Vader that'll come in. I think it's the last one to come in that'll sort of bring back Palpatine's team because it's going to get ripped apart. Or yeah, once the
I mean, I really like
stranger.
that too. I
Mm,
think that's a good, yeah, I think that's a good way to do it, honestly. It's like, hey, we're giving you these characters and we've taken away over the years, we've picked apart these teams
mm,
and they don't really exist anymore.
yeah,
So let's give you something so you can use these teams again, right? And I like that. And like you said, with the stranger ripping apart essentially the SK team and like stuff like that, it's like we need to give you something back so that you can use this stuff again. Otherwise, it's just going to be tunes that sit in your account and don't go anywhere.
yeah,
It's just going to be it's going to be they're trying to, and this goes back to like the whole relic delta thing is as well, right? Like they're trying to make it so that your roster is useful, and they're trying to make it so that you're getting stuff in the game and there's not just idle stuff. And where they're trying to keep it from being stagnant. They even said they were trying to do that, right? So this is just going along the same path that they've already said that they're trying to go down with doing the relic delta and with doing relic 10 and with doing all that. They're trying to remove the stagnation that's going to occur and that has occurred. And so I think they're going down the right path with this, honestly.
mm. Oh yeah, like I said to Womp last week, a lot of the characters they're putting in, I like the characters and that sort of stuff. The the way they're going about the new era with 5 or 6 characters, sorry, that are completely like no synergy. Um, like it just blows my mind. I still don't understand. Like I get it,
Mhm.
right? But why? I'm gonna get onto a rant. Why introduce this new game mode? Hey, it's brand new, 10th year anniversary. Here's your first go at it, but none of these characters work together. So the whole idea, the whole premise of this Coliseum thing, where you get to test new characters, it just doesn't work. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So I let me go with a different perspective, right? I understand. And that makes sense. That makes sense. But I'm not completely opposed to what they're doing. I'm not. like thrilled about it. Like, I mean, obviously you'd like to have some synergy with your stuff and um but it's kind of fun,
Maybe
right? I
like
mean, and it kind of goes along with I think it kind of goes along with what they were thinking we do with raids. I think it's kind of like if you go look at the conquests we just finished and that we're going to be going through, I think one more time, right? Um, when you go look at that, I think it's one more time. No, it's
two,
two more
two.
times.
Yeah, we've only just finished the
Two more
first
times.
one.
It's two more times. Yeah, yeah. I was having a brain fart. So two more times. So we're gonna go through it two more times. But when you go look at that and you go look at the raid and you go look at like the bosses where they threw in the raid characters, right? And some of the teams that they had us use, I think maybe they were under the impression that we do things differently than we actually do in the game. Now they have different data than we do as well, right? I mean, they have data, they've got all the data of everything we've ever used to fight against these
Yeah.
characters and to fight against these battles. So I think that might be where they were going is like, oh, they use a hodgepodge of people anyways. It's not always synergetic teams and their theory crafting and stuff like that. And maybe that's what they want to see is like some theory crafting and we need this person to be faster than this person and we need to do this and this and this and this and like see what people can come up with.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that's the only thing I can really think of, and that's where I think the fun can come in is with trying to get things to work that wouldn't usually work. If that's what you're into. Me personally, I usually just watch you guys and then do what you do. You guys being like
Not
other
me.
people, right?
Yeah.
Like Womp
I'm
Rat,
I'm a
for
follower.
instance. Yeah, like Womp Rat. Yeah, yeah, like Womp Rat. I really just it's like every now and then I'll try things like when I lost my GAC today trying to do SLKR solo. I'll do little silly things, but I'm not really much of a theory crafter where it's like, oh, this kit could go with this kit. And then if I add this character and I slow him down a little bit,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess we haven't actually seen how the Colosseum works. Maybe they don't need the synergy. Like I guess it's pretty harsh to sort of make judgments before we even have the final product. So
I mean, honestly, based on what I know of the system, it doesn't matter because we're all gonna have the same stuff.
yeah, yeah,
So I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really matter. I
that's
mean,
true.
if I have shit teams, if I have shit stuff and you have shit stuff, it doesn't matter
Yeah,
because we have the same shit.
yeah. In more,
So
I think it was the Gambit podcast. They were saying like we're still gonna have like the tiers of um how quickly someone gets the characters unlocked, right? So you've got, the whales or the krakens or whatever the highest tier you want to call them, right? It'll have them relic 7 or whatever first day. Then you got someone like my level where I'll get them to 7 stars at the end of the event and to relics and whatever. And then of course you just got the people who get the free shit from the error battles, right? So maybe that's how we're going to distinguish. Maybe it's going to be basically down to how much money you spend on the game. So
I
that's
think
yeah,
I think the ability again, we're gonna have to see exactly how it works, but I think the ability to get the characters to higher gear and higher stars is going to be available for everybody. It's not going to be a pay to win feature. I think getting beyond like gear 10 or 11 maybe that'll be where you get into having to spend a little bit of money. And then obviously if you want them relic higher relics and stuff,
yeah.
that's going to end up being the pay to win feature where it's like, "Oh, I'm getting all these characters cheaper because I'm spending money, but I'm spending less money than I was in the old system."
I hope so.
Um
Yeah,
maybe. I mean, it's gotten pretty I mean, let's be honest though. It's gotten other than the relics, other than relicking, obviously, like getting characters to 7 stars has gotten significantly cheaper than it used to be.
mm,
Um, so we do have that going for us. In regard to the other people, I would say that you're going to end up with higher starred characters, higher geared people Granted, you can't use them until after the era is over, but once it is, you're going to end up with those characters in good positions, I think,
Yeah.
even as a free to play player.
Yeah. Like a lot of
Just don't end up in a pay to win shard, which luckily changes every era. So if you get thrown into a shard with a bunch of krakens and whales, you're hosed
for
because
the
the
next three
Coliseum is
months.
all PvP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's all like you getting the mats you need is all completely random and dependent
Yeah.
on which shard you get thrown into, which apparently is going to have no rhyme or reason to it, which is fine because there's not really a way to do that unless you base it on GP. And then again, they're trying to make it so that everybody's even. And you can't base that on GP. You really can't base that on GP because there are a lot of free to play accounts that have been around for a long time and stuff like that that are going to be in the same boat as you. Just because they've got 13, 14 mil doesn't mean they pay to win.
Yeah.
So if you start basing it on that, now you're kind of hosing the free to play players that are high GP, right? Because it's like, oh, well, we're going to throw you in with all the pay to win people.
Yeah.
So, and they don't want to hose the pay to win people. So I mean, that's a hard balancing act. And I think I kind of like what they did with random shards and it changes every era.
It'll be interesting to see whether someone sits down and figures out the algorithm, like how we get, because yes, it'll be random, but when you come to like computer coding and that, there's no real random as such, right? So there's got to be some sort of way for them to, I don't know.
I mean, you could make it actually just completely random. I mean, where it's just pulling numbers and stuff. I mean, just
Yeah,
assigning them.
okay.
It
Yeah,
doesn't,
ally
you
codes, I
don't have
guess.
to have a real, yeah, you don't have to have an algorithm. I mean, it would be an algorithm to make it random, but I mean,
Yeah,
you could make it truly random where, it's just literally assigning people random numbers between however many, one and however many,
cards there
um,
are.
people are, yeah, how many shards are, how many people are in the game. It
Yeah.
just assigns you a number, and if you get this number, you're in this shard, and it fills up with the other people in that shard, and
Mm,
that's all it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, they could make it truly random. Yeah,
Have you
I
heard?
don't think they will. I think you're right. I think it will be some sort of algorithm.
Have has there been any announcement on how big the shards will be? I don't think I've seen
I haven't
shard
I haven't read about
size.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I saw was when they were comparing it to like Fleet Arena, except they were saying that so maybe it's going to be. I mean, I don't know how many active people we have actually playing the game. I know you can look and see roughly how many people there are. You could see how many people there roughly are based on accounts
Well,
playing, but
you can
again,
also look back at like
that's accounts.
how many people have unlocked like at stars, like low level stars. The last characters is generally what I think people like. If you go back and look at like a 2-star. God, what was our last character?
Zuckus.
Oh yeah, yeah, like a 2-star Zuckus, and you'd see sort
Yeah,
of how
just
many
look and
people.
see how many of these are unlocked. Yeah, how
Yeah,
many of these characters are unlocked. That's essentially how many people are playing the game.
pretty much.
Um, I can't imagine anybody didn't unlock him because it was in the event thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course,
Um,
you have to be a certain level to even do that event. No,
not to do the
it's not a high level
marquees.
though. No, so with the new system, everybody should be doing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody should have
it'd just
him.
be if someone was lazy or whatever, but they're probably not going to be interacting with the Colosseum in that case anyway. So yeah, if they couldn't even bother to get the latest marquee unlocked.
Yeah. Imagine having a new account and just not unlocking the marquee characters.
Yeah,
I can
even 2-star.
understand not buying I can understand not buying the packs, right? I mean, because that's more of a later on kind of thing, where it's like you're
Yeah,
getting first in Fleet Arena, you're getting
yeah,
Grand Arena crystals, stuff like that. You can save up a little bit. Um, But no, if you're a newer account, I mean, but at a minimum, you should be unlocking the character because it's saving
It's
you're
free
saving
shards.
yourself. Yeah, you're saving yourself a week, 2 weeks of grind time or
Yeah.
something. Plus the energy's saved, not having to farm
Yeah.
those
Yep.
crystals as well.
Yep. True.
Or those shards, I mean.
Yep. Very true. All right. You feel like getting into the kit?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do
Let's
it. Did you
bring it up on screen. I'll read through it and then we'll just
Oh, cool. Okay. I
we'll
was gonna
chat
say I
through
don't
it.
have a link to it, so that works.
Yeah, it's all good. All right. So yeah. So this is a release of all of the characters. It is a 34-minute read, and that's just purely reading without actually like talking about it or anything. So we definitely made the decision
This is
to,
all the characters.
yeah, they're
This is
all
all the
in the one
characters. Yeah,
post.
yeah.
You just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and then your hand gets a cramp, and then you've only done 2 of them anyway. So yeah,
You
no,
lose your voice.
yeah,
Yeah, no, we're good.
yeah, I am 100% not interested in that. All right, so yeah, the first
I'm glad.
they do go through and say when they're released and whatever. So we're gonna keep on top of that and make sure that we chat about them just before they actually come live. So the first character released is Stormtrooper Luke. I'm now wondering, do you reckon they've changed the kit reveal thing, or is it still wrong? This is where we need Wombrat. Remember how?
Well, so I mean that's a Womp Rat thing. I was
Yeah.
remember in chat last time when we said it was wrong, we had some people saying we were wrong.
Oh, really?
And that it is correct. Yeah, I don't know if you guys were paying attention to chat that day, but
Okay.
they were saying no, that is correct.
Okay.
It depends on which one. Uh, but that apparently, if you go look it up, that was um the
Yeah.
official
Right.
one, and the only way it's wrong is if you use the free one. I guess the free one translates it wrong,
Yeah.
but then
Right.
the official one translated it right, and that showed up the proper way. So I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
That's between Womprad and all everybody else.
Yeah. All right. All right. So this character, Stormtrooper Luke. So it's a light side. He's a support leader and a rebel. So releasing first in the era anniversary is Stormtrooper Luke. So their vision for this squad includes legacy characters, which is Stormtrooper Han, Princess Leia, R2D2, and old Ben Kenobi. So that's like the 5v5 team. And then a 3v3 team is Luke, Stormtrooper Luke, Stormtrooper Han, and Princess Leia. Because obviously R2D2 would go with like GL Leia. Old Ben, I don't really use him that much, so I'm not, you know, not sure where people
I
are
like that
using him.
they I like that they told you. I like that they told you the 5v5 team, told you the 3v3 team, and then came back around to the 5v5 team in this first paragraph
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. Yeah. So Stormtrooper Luke will be available on the 18th, so next Tuesday at 11 o'clock, which is like their normal cadence. All right, so let's read through this. After we do the first, after we do the basic, I've got a question for you. All right, nothing hard, just it's what your thoughts are.
Oh, good. I like questions.
Yeah,
I really like to tell people what I think too, so I'll be good at this.
I think you'll be fine. Yeah. All right, so basic ability is TK-421. So the final text is deal special damage to target enemy. If it is Stormtrooper Luke's turn, inflict target enemy with buff disruption for 1 turn. This attack has high damage variance. So buff disruption is a new buff, which means they are immune to buffs until damaged by an attack. Once damaged by an attack, lose 100% turn meter. So, Mike, what are your thoughts on that? I guess for a start, the new
Yeah, so I was gonna
debuff.
say that it's not really new, but it is new. It's combining, as it says in the design notes below, it's combining stagger with buff immunity essentially,
Yeah.
right? Um, so I don't I don't know. I think I like the addition of new abilities and new buffs, debuffs, stuff like that. Um, maybe this is what makes him good because not only does he make it so you can't get any buffs, but he also removes your turn meter,
Yeah.
and it's his basic ability. So if
Yeah.
he's getting the only issue I see is the only issue I really see is that the team that he's getting put on, I don't there's not a lot of assisting, right? So
But the
is he going to
majority of
get put on that
this,
team?
like the buff disruption thing, is only on his turn. So the assisting thing is not really. It's
Oh, it
not good.
says if it's his turn. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the assist
Okay,
is
yeah.
not a
So
big deal
so
for
I mean,
him.
yeah, so maybe make him really fast so that he's
Yeah.
staggering everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's going to depend on what his speed potential is. It's going to depend on a lot of stuff. Again, this is for newer players, really. So I think it's a
Yeah.
good introduction to how does buff immunity work? How does stagger work? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I in that same regard, though, I don't like that it's a new mechanic just because, again, you're introducing players to the game with this character. So,
Yeah.
and he's the only one with this ability currently, where it combines the two debuffs. Yeah. I will also say I'm not I'm assuming this animation is coming from A New Hope. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he's squatting and then shooting.
Yeah.
I'm
Does he do it
I
in
don't
the?
remember if he does that. I don't remember if he does that in the movie or not. So,
Yeah.
but
I don't know.
I was just looking at this and I'm watching it and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but I can get down with it, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
why you would stand like that to shoot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My question is, what are your thoughts on the designer notes, inspiration, frequently asked questions after every skill?
I think it makes it long.
It's different.
I
It's
think it makes it
different.
longer. I like the design notes because I like that they're giving you more information. The inspiration, I guess they're saying, hey, this is where we got this idea from. So I like that. The frequently asked question, I think maybe just have those all be at the very bottom. I understand why they didn't do that because you're not going to scroll all the way to the bottom to read all the frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
And they want you to read it, right? It's kind of like the reason
So
they added end scenes to movies and stuff, right? Because nobody actually watches the end
yeah,
scene credit, like the credits. And that's
forces
why
the
they started
salad.
adding stuff to the end
Yeah.
so that you start watching it. And I think this is the same thing. This is why it exists right here instead of like at the end, because they want you to actually pay attention to it.
So in chat, uh, multiple people. How are there frequently asked questions when this is the release of the kit? Like, who's asking the frequently asked questions? Because it obviously isn't us.
Maybe, I mean, they have game testers beyond content creators. So maybe these are questions that they received from when the character was being tested or something
Maybe,
from whoever beta tested it. Somebody has to beta test it,
maybe,
even if
maybe.
we're, you know what I mean? I mean, somebody has to. It's not like
Yeah.
even though it might seem like sometimes stuff just randomly gets thrown into the game, it doesn't. We all know that. Somebody tested it. So, um,
Yeah.
I would say
Possibly.
whoever's doing that is probably where the frequently asked question is coming from. Somebody
Yeah.
has to be doing it. Because again, they do test this stuff, even though sometimes it might seem like they don't. Everything gets tested. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm assuming that's where the questions are coming from.
All right.
They'd have to be.
All right. Special ability 1. So short for a Stormtrooper is the name. So dispel buffs on all enemies, rally all rebel allies, and they gain tenacity up for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled or prevented. Grant target other ally a bonus turn. If that target ally is Princess Leia, she gains 30% offense and ignores taunt effects for the during the bonus turn. If Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han are allies, their chance of effects are increased to 100% for 2 turns. Rally is from Resistance Hero Finn, isn't it? I think it's. See, this is why we need fucking Womp Rat.
Yeah, so this well, while you're looking at that, so this ability kind of makes them more useful, right? I I like that they specifically call out if the target ally is Princess Leia, because they're saying, hey, by the way, guys, you should be using this on Princess Leia and not somebody else.
All
You
right,
know?
so Rallying Call is Resistance Hero Finn. So he gives rally to all resistance allies. So rallied characters act based on their role. So taunt and gain critical hit immunity for 2 turns. Attackers assist. Healers and supports restore 15% health and protection to all allies. So not too bad.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, I like that, and it's good that Leia is going to ignore taunt on her turn, so she's able to just attack whoever and not have to worry about um that taunt character. Again, I've gone over this before. Not really gone over it, but I've mentioned it before that I kind of I understand the reasoning for like the ignoring taunt and stuff like that, but it kind of makes the taunt characters useless. And they've been doing that a lot where it's you can just bypass the taunt. And so it's like, why I get using the taunt character, you need him. That way you can't just beat it with any team. And it makes it so you have to use specific teams. But at the same time, if if all the new characters coming out just ignore taunt, you're kind of defeating the purpose of
Yeah.
having taunt in the game.
I mean, like GLA, right?
I
With
like it and I don't like it.
like GLA can get around the taunts and that. So I kind of see that
Yeah,
it's
the whole team does. I mean, it's
yeah,
not. I mean, it doesn't do anything like having taunt. Great
yeah,
Mothers, like the reason you can beat Ahsoka because I just attack whoever I want,
yep,
right? Um, so stuff like that, it just kind of defeats the purpose. And we keep adding taunt to the characters, but then also making it so that everybody bypasses taunt. So but I do get it because at the same time it does make it so that you have to use those teams to get around it. You can't use the other teams
yep,
because you do still have to get past the taunt. So I mean, it makes sense. It's one of those design things that kind of irks me a little bit, where it's like we're giving these people taunt, we're giving these people these abilities, but then all the new people coming in, we're also giving them the ability to
get around.
ignore that mechanic.
Yeah,
So really, you're really just saying, hey, you can't beat this with old characters, is
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. Except for now, got one of them at
Yeah.
least. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yep.
totally. I'm gonna. I should have just read down here, and it actually says that rally comes from Resistance Hero Finn, so that would have saved me a bit of
Yeah, but then
brain.
I wouldn't didn't I wouldn't got then I wouldn't have so much to talk about. So we're
Yeah.
good. That was the whole
So
plan. That was the whole plan. Mike's just big brain, guys. He
okay.
was trying to give me a chance to talk because I don't talk enough.
Yeah. We'll play that game. Yeah. Um. So is it worth us talking the design notes, synergy, frequently asked questions, and that? I guess we do, right?
Um,
Most well.
yeah, let's see. So Yeah. Go ahead and read the design. I don't care about the frequently asked question, honestly, because again, who's even asking these
Yeah,
questions? I agree with that.
yeah,
We didn't ask these questions, so I
yeah.
mean, we haven't seen the character.
All right, so Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han are vintage characters whose kits need a bit of modernization to make them workable. In addition to a buff dispel on the enemy, we add Rally, which comes from Resistance Hero Finn, handing out bonuses based on their role. Finally, Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han have a couple of abilities that only have a chance at working. That only have a chance at working, and that is impossible to rely on when attempting to make an informed decision in the heat of combat. So this helps mitigate that by guaranteeing those effects go off. Um, yeah, pretty cool. Good that they're sort of thinking to make things a bit less RNG dependent for beginner players. Um, all right, so
Yeah, I mean,
this.
because when we look at these kits, right? When we look at these kits, like you just said, I like that you mentioned again new player kind of
Mm,
stuff. We have to look at it from the perspective of like when they go, like when you go through the Rebel Roundup and the Imperial thing and all that. We have to look at it from that point of view where they're these characters, depending on how strong they are, they're going to get used mid to late game. But these were designed mainly for bringing up these
yeah,
characters that don't get used anymore. So
yeah.
um, I
Well,
like
for
that. I like that
yeah,
perspective.
from our level, yes, but this could be a legitimate like first team for people because like that's the CLS unlock team. Old Ben
It is, yeah.
R2D2,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's
Yep.
probably. I mean, it probably isn't the first legendary people to go for, but it's probably top in the first five comfortably. You would go for.
I think it really depends on how lucky you get with your shard grinding. I mean, honestly, like
Yeah,
who am I getting hits with the most on my shard? You know what I mean? It is really what it comes down to. Like
yeah,
I ended up getting CLS pretty quick, but it's because every time I hit their node, I got a ton of shards. So
yeah.
I just got randomly got lucky. I think Phoenix is still going to be the go-to first team. I don't think unless they drastically change how stuff works, I don't think there's any way getting around Phoenix being the number one team to get.
And I guess you've got to get an Empire team to unlock R2D2 to then be able to unlock CLS. So, um, the Phoenix into Thrawn and Palpatine to then unlock R2D2 to then get CLS. So just that example there. He's fourth in line already. So yeah, yep,
Yeah, and we don't know what node this guy's going to end up on. We don't know if he's going to be in a shipment. He's not going to be in a shipment right away, that's for sure. So, um, I have a feeling this is going to be like a Captain Rex thing where it's like if you want to use this team, you need him, but how useful is it to get him
yeah,
based on how difficult it is? You know what I mean? That's like, and that goes back to like Sabine or Phoenix.
yeah,
Obviously, you want to get Sabine. She's got a ship, stuff like that. But at the same time, how much effort are you going to put into getting this person based on the effort of getting the other people?
yeah,
So with the Phoenix team, I do like when I made a new account, I go with obviously Hera and then Captain Rex, um, Kanan. I don't know how you guys say it, Kanan, Chopper, and I go with Zeb instead of Sabine. And that's just because at that point, I don't have to farm anybody. I don't spend any energy farming anybody except for Captain Rex. You got to
yeah,
farm Captain Rex.
yeah.
He's the only person you have to actually farm, though. Everybody else I just buy from shipments. So why would I get these other people when I can get debatably a better team anyways? Because Zeb stuns everybody. I've had this debate multiple times with a couple people. I get that Sabine is good, armor shred, her AoE, stuff like that. But you can't really beat stunning everybody on the team every time you attack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every time you do an attack, you've got the ability, you've got the potential of stunning the character. Like I've seen where the whole board is just stunned and you're just taking turns over and over again. So
You can't win a battle if you're sitting there stunned most of the time. It's not possible. Even at,
yeah,
Kyber 1. So yeah. It's very, very useful debuff. Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's gonna be one of those things though, and that's the whole point of that rant was just that I think for us starting the game and the way they're giving us Luke, it'll be most people have him. He'll probably get used a lot. Once he comes out of his era and goes into I don't remember what they're calling the non-era
Legacy.
stuff, legacy.
Yeah.
Once he goes into legacy content, how much is he going to be farmed? I think that's really dependent on his drop rate, how often, and then what kind of node he gets dropped on as to whether or not you farm him.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So synergy. There's obvious callouts to Princess Leia and Han, and the buffing of their chances too mechanic. So inspiration. So when Luke Skywalker enters Princess Leia's cell, she snarkily remarks, "Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?" Yep, cool. I think we all like that one's pretty fucking obvious, right? But maybe someone hasn't seen the movies.
Well, I mean, if you haven't seen the movies, guys, and you're playing the Star Wars game, go watch the movies.
Yeah, I think it's such an iconic line that. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So this one is special ability 2. Where could he be? So this one I've heard people say it looks like he's grabbing his vape out of his pocket and having a hit before he goes into battle. Which
What is he doing?
I believe he is trying to get in contact with R2D2 and or C3PO. I think that was when they were trying to get the doors. Were they trying to shut the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
doors?
yeah. Okay, it
Han
does
and
kind of look like a communicator
yeah,
once you really look at it. But yeah,
yeah,
since it's so small that you're gonna have a hard time seeing it. But
yeah,
it does look like he's vaping. Like,
yeah,
all right, guys, one
yeah,
sec, guys.
yeah. And then he
And why is he
shoots.
squatting again? I think they like the squat emote. Like he's not like squatting, but he's like it looks like he's getting ready to exercise too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard this one, the vape, called the vape or whatever. All right. So inflict vulnerable on all enemies for 1 turn. Rebel attacker allies gain offense up for 2 turns, and non-tank rebel allies gain stealth for 1 turn. Call all rebel allies to assist, dealing 10% more damage for each stealthed ally. So the design notes, an all call ability, getting the whole squad to attack the target is always fun. I don't really understand that. They're
Well, I
just
think
saying that.
it's been stated previously that people like teams and people I've heard this um a lot actually that a lot of the teams people like it's because they do a lot of assisting and they do a lot of
Mass assist or
people
whatever.
like to watch. Yeah, they like to see that. I can tell you that the mass assisting last night when I was doing my GAC from the Saw Gerrera team, which I had a really hard time with. By the way, Saw with the Rolocron is insane to try to beat. Anyway,
Yeah,
it
okay.
was so much assisting and buffing and stuff that like it was actually lagging my phone out. It was I was every time they attacked, it was
Just trying to calculate
I never
damage.
actually yeah, I never saw them actually attack. It would just like somebody would move and the screen would freeze and then it was over and I'm like,
Wow.
okay, what happened? Yeah, there was so much attacking and assisting with the Rolocron, but
Yeah.
I've heard that that's what people have people have specifically stated that that is the kind of thing they like. And so I think that's what they're getting at.
All right.
Because as we know, they have been listening. They pay attention. They go into people's streams. They listen to what people are saying. They hear what you're saying, whether or not they take any credence into that or listen to you, or do anything about it is completely up to them, obviously. But they do listen to what we're saying. So
I really couldn't give a shit. If that's the ability, that's the ability, right? I don't really care more or
yeah.
less of them, whatever. Yeah, all right. So synergy. So Princess Leia obviously wants a stealth or wants that stealth, and when everyone else is stealth, your tanks don't need to worry about taunting. They are the only legal target anyway. So
I
yeah,
mean, that's not true. It depends on the team that you're going against, right? Because there are some
actor.
mechanics to attack stealth characters.
Yeah,
Not by a lot of people, but they do exist. So that's not really an accurate statement.
yeah. So inspiration when this has probably answered your question about the communicator. When the trash compactor was about to crush our heroes, Luke tried to contact C3PO with the comlink, only for 3PO not to answer. This caused Luke to exasperate. Where could he be? So answers your question.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. All right.
I like it. I like it.
Like yeah, it could have been so many other moments in that movie. I had a feeling it was when Han and Chewie were on when they break into the like the jail cell level and they're getting shot at. I thought it was that, but I guess Luke probably wasn't there at that point in time.
Yeah. I actually like this question. So, does Stormtrooper Luke
Oh
assist
yes.
himself?
Yep.
That's actually a good question.
Yep.
Yes, if the ability states all X assist, then it will include the unit activating the ability. I just like that stated in general, not necessarily for this ability, but
Yep.
just in general to know how mechanics work in the game. So,
Yep. Um all right. So the unique something just moved past my leg. At the start of the battle, Stormtrooper Luke gains 10 speed if Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han are allies, and they and Stormtrooper Luke gain 30 speed until the end of the battle instead. At the start of each encounter, all Rebel tank allies taunt for 1 turn, and all other Rebel allies gain stealth for 1 turn. Whenever a Rebel ally stealths, all other Rebel tank allies taunt for 1 turn. Whenever a Rebel ally gains bonus turn meter while below 100% turn meter, they gain protection up 10% with a stacking with a maximum of 50% for 2 turns. Whenever a Rebel ally scores a critical hit, they recover 10% health and protection. So lots of recovery of health and protection.
yeah, it seems like they're speeding up the team as well. Maybe they're trying to compete with this being like the starting team. Like maybe they're trying
Yeah,
to switch stuff up. Because this would be a competitor for Phoenix. Again, the problem is that you can't get if that's what they're trying to do, you can't get around the fact that Phoenix is such an impactful team.
yeah,
Beyond that, they have ships. Um, for profundity, they've got ships in general just for the beginning of the game. Uh, they've got they've got two journeys that they can do. I mean, and then again, you have to do their journeys before you can do CLS anyways. So
yep.
maybe they're just trying to maybe late early game for this team, like trying to speed
Maybe.
it up so that it's a viable team. Yeah, maybe they're just making it a viable team. It could maybe so with the bounty hunter team that you farm at the beginning, the only tank you have, which is a viable team even later in the game, right, is the Bosk team. So
Yep.
if they speed up this team now, Bosk, you essentially take out the bounty hunter team before Bosk can taunt. now you win the game. So maybe that's kind of the thought process as well.
Yep.
Is if we make this team faster, it's a viable team now.
Yep. All right. So design note. Some more help for the. I think that should be vulnerable Princess Leia
No,
and
it's venerable. That's
venerable.
right. Yeah,
Is it? What's it
yeah.
mean?
I'm looking it up
All
right
right.
now so I can give you the actual definition. A great deal accorded a great deal of respect, especially because of age, wisdom, or character,
Okay.
is what it
All right.
says.
All right. So
Yeah, so they're
some
just I was
help
gonna
for
say
the
like
respected.
the esteemed Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Additionally, Han or any rebel tank for that matter gets a pre-taunt, while everyone else gets stealth. Additionally, rebel tanks getting a reaction taunt will help keep the rest of the squad from being targeted.
Okay.
Because obviously
Yeah.
old Ben's a tank as well, so um, so
Yeah, so you have
synergy,
two tanks that are gonna pre-taunt. So
yeah,
that's nice.
yeah. Um, so synergy using special tool as your opener will take advantage of this ability to nearly full stealth your rebel team. Inspiration: while in the trash compactor, Luke felt the monster and exclaimed, "Something just moved past my leg," moments before getting pulled under by the trash monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Wombright saying his stream PC looks like it's dead. So he might be out for a while.
We will hold down the fort, Womp Rat.
Yeah. Yeah. Who am I gonna like annoy of a nighttime now? Because she's not gonna
It's
be able to
true.
get in and jump scare him. All right. So leader ability, the brains, which is a Zeta and an Omicron. So at the start of the battle, rebel allies gain 10% critical chance, critical damage, defense, max health, and max protection. If Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han are present, these increases are tripled. Um,
Can you scroll down a little bit?
sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Um, while a rebel ally has more than 50% health and they have 100% or they have 100% defense, and whenever they use an ability on their turn, they expose the target enemy for one turn. While a rebel ally has less than 50% health, they gain 50% offense. While a rebel ally is stealth, they have 20% defense penetration. If stealth or taunt is dispelled from a rebel ally, they gain defense up and foresight for one turn. If a rebel ally removes turn meter from an enemy, distract that enemy for one turn. So distracted is can't gain bonus turn meter. That's a new thing there. Another new debuff. So this is for the Omicron. So while in 3v3 grand arenas, and there is an allied Princess Leia, Stormtrooper Han, and no enemy Galactic Legend. So whenever stealth is dispelled from a rebel ally, reduce the cooldowns of their ability by 1. While stealth, Princess Leia ignores the target enemy protection when attacking. Whenever a rebel ally scores a critical hit against an enemy, that enemy loses 10% turn meter. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with distract, they are also inflicted with ability block for one turn. Whenever a rebel ally is dazed or stunned, dispel that effect, distract, and inflict protection disruption for one turn on the enemy, which can't be evaded or resisted. Princess Leia and Stormtrooper Han have their chance effects increased to 100% until the end of the battle. While Stormtrooper Luke is active, he gains 15% evasion, increased by 5%, stacking with a maximum of 50% each time a rebel ally attacks out of turn. Tank allies gain 100% defense, increased by 5%, stacking to a maximum of 450% each time they take damage. Attackers gain 15% critical damage and offense, increased by 1%, stacking with a maximum of 135% each time they score a critical hit against an enemy. While another ally has protection, Stormtrooper Luke cannot be defeated. So that is one mouthful. Yeah. Thoughts? Looks like it's going to be
Yeah,
quite
I
good in
think
3v3, even for like endgame.
yeah, it yeah, it does indeed. It looks like there's some, I wouldn't say targeting of because sometimes they add stuff to kits to prevent other kits specifically. Like they've gone through, they've tested stuff, and they're like, okay, this kit is too strong. Let's add something in to kind of slow it down. I'm thinking since this is an an earlier team, maybe this is targeting like an Empire team
Probably.
in regard to turn meter stuff. Um, this stops M troopers with the the M troopers are going to take off too fast, so I don't know that this beats them. Unless you're faster, then you could stop them
Yeah.
from doing a turn meter train on you.
And you'll loop
Darth Vader
them.
pulls you out of stealth. Yeah, Darth Vader pulls you out of stealth. Now you all have foresight. Granted, you could just pull them out with massacre and then do disruption to get rid of all the foresight. But either way, I think it kind of helps with that kind of stuff if somebody misplays. I'd like while Leia is stealth, she just ignores protection because you're also getting the armor pin or the defense pin, they called it.
Defense.
You're getting the armor pin, but you're getting the armor pin as well. So you're getting that, plus she's ignoring protection. So you're just doing a lot of damage all at the same time directly to the character. She might start tick, and as part of her kit, remember, she attacks multiple times. So you could essentially just kill characters right out the gate
Double, triple tap something
based on the
with.
fact that
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, she's going to start off the game. She's going to start off the battle stealth because of Luke's kit. And then um, she's going to be faster. So you've got a fast team that starts stealth with a pre-taunt that ignores protection that does defense pin.
Yeah.
This seems really strong
Does.
for
Yeah.
any point in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be very specific who you attack later in the game, like if you're late game, but it it seems like it will be usable beyond just the early game.
Like, probably the only thing that I sort of look at that could sort of stop this would be when you sort of have Padme. Because you'd start to then, like, Padme, you can't turn meter her. You can't, there's no turn meter manipulation with her. So, um,
They're not getting turn meter manipulation though.
there's
They are just
a,
gaining
yes, there is.
speed.
There's a, whenever a
Um,
rebel ally scores a critical hit, that enemy loses 10% turn meter. So they can
oh,
literally,
gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't even taking. You weren't scrolled down, so I didn't even see it.
yeah,
I heard you say it, but it didn't register
that was part
because
of the two
I
hours I
wasn't
was
reading it.
talking.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, but that's
It's only
obviously
one
that is going
part.
to come into play depending on what you're doing, but that's only one little part. I mean, these guys are still going to be really fast because of all the kits synergizing together. So I think, I mean, you could still take out a Padme. Yeah, she's not going to, this 10% turn meter loss isn't going to affect her, but I think you might outspeed her. You might just go faster, and you might, again, because of the defense pin and all of all the damage that you're getting, you might just outright kill them before she even gets to go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I mean, it depends on how, I mean, we'll have to see how it works in practice, but on paper it seems like this is going to be a really huge buff to this uh, starter team that we've always had that we just don't use anymore.
Yeah. All right, so design notes. We're bringing a modified version of Distracted out of the speeder bike raid and into character abilities with this unit. Additionally, losing taunt or stealth due to an enemy dispel is usually a death sentence, but getting a free foresight out of it helps remove some of that sting. So synergy, Stormtrooper Luke's leader ability mimics and somewhat improves on Stormtrooper Han and Leia's leader abilities, and it is a no-brainer to run Stormtrooper Luke as the lead in the squad. The 3v3 GSU Omicron is made for players who might have their old Ben and R2 on other squads. It makes the core kernel of Luke, Han, and Leia into a powerhouse in that game mode, which I think is probably fair. Like, even at our level, this is probably still something to look at.
Yeah, again, I think it all comes down to how it works in practice. But yeah, I think initially this is going to be definitely something people are messing with to see what they can do and what they can take out.
Yeah. So inspiration, when Princess Leia complains that the rescue operation didn't have an escape plan, Han Solo motioned to Luke and he said, "Here's the brains, sweetheart." So this gave us an idea to name his leader ability the brains. Yeah. Overarching thoughts on Luke?
On Luke, oh man, I think overall, I think Luke is going to be a good addition to the game. I think he's going to be, again, it depends on where especially in where we're at right now and where we're going to be heading in 3 days. I think it's going to be really good. We're going to have to see how all this era stuff works and getting the characters and how all of that is, how all that actually like comes into play, you know? But other than that, I think for where we're at in the game currently, where we're going to be sitting with this era, I think he's a good addition to the game. We'll have to see where he gets dropped into when we go into the legacy content for it to actually be helpful for new characters beyond people playing and starting accounts right now. And I think, but I think overall, he'll be a good character to get. He's really going to buff that team and make them viable again.
Yeah, I definitely agree. If he's on like some like like Fleet Node 5 hard, something like that, I don't. He's not going to be useful beginner or early game, I should say. But if he's a
Honestly, for
nice easy
me,
one, then probably yeah.
they need to throw him. If you don't throw him in the cantina, does he get farmed? I mean, he does, but
Yeah.
I mean, he'll get farmed still, possibly. Again, I guess it depends. It kind of depends on what people push. I mean, the community really
Yeah.
has a lot of influence on what players are going for. And so it really depends on what he's capable of and how good that team actually is as to whether or not he gets picked up if he gets put on a hard node.
Yeah. I yeah. I think overarching I see both positives for beginner or newer accounts, and also this has piqued my interest now that I've read the kit. Like I'll give him a go. Right, we'll see what the Omicron's like. Whether it's like we won't even know whether it's useful for bloody what 4 months, because probably not 4 months, but it's like 12 weeks till it comes into the legacy, which means it goes into GAC, and that GAC I think will probably 3v3. Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah,
I would say that this Omicron, based on how it read, stuff like that, isn't really going to be useful in the era. So you have time. You don't have to worry about getting it right away because it's all based on using it with this team that you're not going to have. You're not going to have this team until he comes out of the era, which again is going to be, like you said, I
it's at
think it's
least
3
12
months because
weeks.
it's
Yeah,
quarterly. It's quarterly. Yeah, they're releasing eras every quarter, so it's going to be 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I mean, sorry, or not 4 weeks. 3 months. 3 months. I'm saying weeks. I mean months.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 3 months.
Yep.
Are you gonna be whaling on this guy?
Absolutely. I I'm
Okay.
now at the point of the game where I just I have all the characters relicked. And I just don't like this is a good chance. Like I mean I'm not gonna do day one, right? But I would say that I will if I can do the same like unlock over the week, if that's still a thing, then that's where I'll be at. It's not a
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, right? Because we're used to the marquee system that they've set up now, where we, if you just, all you really need to do is day one 5 star, and you essentially are going to 7 star at that point. So, yeah, that takes a lot of crystals. Or it either takes a lot of luck or a lot of crystals.
yeah.
But again, late mid game to late game, if you know a marquee character is coming out that you like, you just stop spinning your crystals because you're going to get enough crystals to unlock that character if you want it.
Yeah.
And you just you know it's coming out. I mean, we have lots of data mines and stuff like that. If you're watching the podcast or listening to the podcast or you watch streams, then you're in tune with what's happening in the game and you're able to save for that. Even if you're not getting first in arena, you should be getting slightly higher if you listen to anything we ever say on any stream. You should be getting decently in your fleet arena if you've been playing the game for any kind of time at all.
In chat, Bodhi says, if you want the spider legs mall, that's uh the what do they bloody call great mothers? Like the epic legendary or something. She's got a special
Oh
title.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those. And if we're okay, he might not be as good as great mothers, but what if he is, right? I don't want to miss.
I mean,
I don't want to
Great
lose that.
Mothers is so good, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't have Great Mothers on my main account, and now that Bones gave me that account,
yeah,
it was like, I'm like, throw a soak on defense. I don't care. Throw her on defense.
yeah,
I'm just gonna beat her with Great Mothers. I mean, it's
yeah.
not a big deal.
Actually, the
So,
GAC, the round that we're currently in, is the first time in a long time where I've been able to use my great mothers against Ahsoka. Because the Ezra's I'm normally versing are like 370, 380 speed, and my great mothers aren't that high. This guy's one was like 348 or something, and my great mother's is like 350 something. So I was like, I can fucking do it. I said to Brad, I was like, just because I haven't done this for a while, does Ezra get any extra speed, or does Ahsoka give him extra speed or anything? And he's like, nope, nope, we're all good. So like I literally like I was like, and he's like, oh, there's a special way to do it. I'm like, yeah, from memory, it's like Ezra's the last, like Ahsoka's obviously the last one to die, but Ezra's second last. You get all the other ones out of the way first. Um, so I did it all right, and I got max banners, so I was like, I was chuffed that I was able to do it. So, um, yeah, yeah, it was pretty good. But if Spiderlegs Maul is anything like Great Mothers, that's not something I want to miss. Um,
yeah, I agree. And if you need Anakin to do that, then that's definitely going to be
yeah,
something that you want to get. If it's compounding like that, where it's like, I need this character and I need this character, I kind of like that because it's making you participate.
yeah,
And then also, um, yeah, I mean, I just like that it requires participation, right? So
yeah,
I'm sure you can just, obviously everything in the game you can pay to win, but I do like that it's like that.
yeah. All right. Viewer questions. We do have quite a few today because I think Bane actually it would have been midnight. So I think we might have just finished the episode when he put his question in. Oh, Darth Vader is the special marquee. All right. Okay, so never mind then. I thought it was more, but yeah, it doesn't really change my plans too much. All right.
It
So do
doesn't
you?
change anything for me. I'm going to participate fully in the new episode stuff. I'm going to do as much as I can without
Yeah,
blowing my wallet.
yeah,
So,
yeah, and especially if like there's a big like the Colosseums, Relic Tens and all that sort of stuff. If this is the only way for us to get those, is to spend a bit on the new era marquees, you know, yeah. This first 3 months is going to be a testing, well, not testing, but an interesting time just to see who, how, what, when, why. And I just don't want to be left behind, I guess. All right.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay, viewer questions. So yeah, we got a few today. So first one comes from Bane. Where is your happy place?
Um, I don't, I don't
Oh,
even know how to answer that question.
all right.
I don't even know how
I've
to
got an
answer that,
answer.
Bane.
I've got an answer. So,
Okay, okay.
um, every year my nana goes to a beach basically down probably 2.5 hours south of Brisbane, and we will, like, for the last probably 3 years, 4 years, I think now we've gone down. Even if it's just for a day, right? We just go down to the beach and literally just sit there and just do nothing. We have, fish and chips for lunch. They've got the town is like literally one street. There's a fish and chip shop. There's a bakery, uh, like a little shopping center, grocery store, a bottle shop, and an ice cream shop. So it's like it's just this little quiet town, beachside town, um, and we're actually staying down there for like 9 days, I think, this year. So that's going to be my happy place this year coming. Uh, but it's good just to get there and not do anything. Not There's like very little phone service or coverage, so you can't even. It's just good. Yeah,
No, that's awesome, man. Yeah. I would say, man, I don't know. It used to be the beach. I would say now it's really just at home. I just like hanging out with my family, my wife, my kids. So really that would be
yeah,
yeah, that's probably it for me. Just
yeah.
right where I'm at, honestly, minus the work.
You just want to like win lotto or something like that to not have to work.
No, no, no. I just mean, yeah, I mean, because I'm here already for work anyway, but
Yeah,
yeah, so still here, just minus the work part. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So Wombrat's answered the question as well. Wombrat's happy place is jumping in Discord calls, shouting, fuck you, Bones, and leaving and watching Bones say, who was that? I think we should all do it more. He loves it. Yeah.
I have a hard time like reading if Bones actually likes people coming into the Discord and chatting with them, or if it's like you're intruding, or if you're not intruding and he's just like, are you intruding and he's just being nice? Or you know what I mean? And he's like, he just doesn't want to be rude and tell you like you're interrupting my stream. Or does he actually want people
No,
to come in and hang
he
out with him
he
while
does.
he's streaming?
Nah, he does.
Okay.
He likes it. He gets distracted very easily by chat. Uh, and will often
He
go,
doesn't.
no, he does.
He
No, no.
doesn't he doesn't read chat. He doesn't read chat.
He doesn't read it often, but he gets very distracted when
He
he
does.
does
He
read
does.
it. Like, you just start mentioning like Kathleen Kennedy or Alkalite, or the Chiefs. There goes half an hour of your life. He loses. Yeah, like the butterfly goes past and he
It's
sees it.
true.
Yeah. So if you're
Yeah.
in chat with him, like, yeah, he's just a very short attention
I do like
span.
that he catches up on chat though. So like
Yes,
he'll respond to you in chat. It'll just be 45 minutes late.
yeah,
You're
and you've
not in
left.
the stream anymore, but he
Yeah,
will answer you. Yeah.
yeah,
But he will answer you.
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know if you hear Jack Daniels, but yeah, thanks for that. And it's like Jack Daniels, like seven messages later, says he's off, like he's going to go to work or whatever. Yeah,
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 and then he's like, "Oh, okay, I guess he left."
yeah.
But he doesn't read the part where he left until 30 minutes after
After he's talked
the
about
thank
that,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we love him. We love
Unfortunately,
him.
Mike, I actually got to get, man.
All right.
I would like to answer more of these questions. My kid is
Well,
up
we can
early. We're
hold him
actually going
over
to
till
look at some
next.
stuff today, so
Yeah, we'll hold him over to next week.
cool.
Alrighty. Do you
Yeah.
want to pimp your stuff
Yeah,
because
sorry
you haven't
guys.
been
Like I
able to
said, I
do
got
it?
to get. Yeah, yeah. If you guys want, make sure you come hang out in my stream sometime. T3H Burm on Twitch. And then on Discord, it's SWGoH or T3H Burm underscore SWGoH on YouTube. Not Discord, on YouTube. Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah.
You stream
Cool.
most days.
So I stream almost every day. I wasn't streaming this last week because I was out of town, but if I am in town, it's pretty much every day. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Have a good
Cool.
morning.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
See ya.
Take it easy, guys.
And I guess I'll wrap things up by saying thank you to everybody for coming along. Looks like Womprat could be out for a little while. He said in chat there that he thinks the computer's like gone. So it's a bit of a shame because, as I said, Womprat's the brains. We're gonna struggle without him, but maybe we'll get some notes with the kids so we don't miss anything too important. But yeah, thanks for coming along. What next week's episode looks like if there's no news. Well, I'm not sure. That's something we are looking at between the hosts, trying to figure out what we do. Could be something fun. If there's no news, it could be just some random, recurring segments that we do on those off weeks. Who knows yet? But we will be back next week. Just what we're doing, we haven't got that locked down just yet. And I mean that could change if the errors, the news that comes out during the errors is different. I don't know. It's also still up in the air at the moment. But yeah. Anyway, come by next week, and I guess either it'll be a surprise for us hosts because we'll just figure it out on the way, or we've got something planned. But we'll be here. So I'll see you guys then.